Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. Can I thank the Leader for giving us the business, and also endorse once again the remarks that the Shadow Leader has made in relation to standards. I'd also like to add my own remarks regarding the 35th anniversary of the Piper Alpha tragedy, and I'm sure our thoughts are very much with all of those who continue to be affected by those tragic events 35 years ago to this day. I would also like to say how pleased I am that the Leader of the House enjoyed her visit to St Giles Cathedral yesterday for the service of Thanksgiving, and just to say that I hope she didn't suffer from a bout of sword envy when she saw Dame Catherine Granger carrying out that duty yesterday. But this week, of course, sees the 75th anniversary of the foundation of the NHS, the inspiration for which came from the experience of the Highlands and Islands Medical Service, which was established in 1913. And I'd like to add very much my own words of thanks for the contribution that NHS staff, past, present and future, have made and will make to our collective health and well-being as a nation. Now, last week I asked the Leader to make some time for a debate on why 6 police forces in England continue to remain in special measures, and why NHS sickness and staff in England has hit a record high. And there are, alas, no signs of any debates being forthcoming on that. So could I add to that list a request that we also have a debate on why 28 NHS trusts and integrated care boards across England are in similar special measures, so we can find out again what the government intends to do about it. Now, finally, Madam Deputy Speaker, this week members of the Orkney Islands Council agreed that they should explore options for alternative models of governance, including exploring their Nordic connections, with there being some suggestions that they might wish to rejoin Norway and exploit their historical links there. Now, I think it's very easy for those of us in these benches to see the attractions of being part of a small, prosperous, energy-rich, independent country of 5.5 million. So the only question is the constitutional means by which that could be given effect if a part of the UK wished to leave. So asking for approximately 5.5 million friends, could we have a debate on how that might happen, please?
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. Well, first of all, I will join the honourable gentleman in congratulating Dame Catherine Granger on the incredible job she did. There was a lovely moment in the cathedral where we both caught each other's eye and gave each other a very massive grin. She did a tremendous job, and it was really an incredibly moving service, and again thank everyone that took part in that. The honourable gentleman quite often criticises me for being well prepared for our exchanges, and I'm a former Girl Guide. I believe in that sort of thing, but it is very easy to prepare to answer questions from him, because they are usually focused on one thing, and it's not an issue that is of any relevance to the people the honourable gentleman represents. If he were less focused on the cause of independence and more focused on their needs, we might have more clarity around the confusions and concerns on their new policy on free fishing zones this week, announced by their coalition partners, which is going to increase those areas to 47%. And I think, given the honourable gentleman's brief, he might like to look into that. But if being well prepared is the qualification for a person doing my job, then surely it is self-delusion and lack of self-awareness that is a necessary condition for the opposition on the SNP bench's job, because only an SNP spokesman would come to this question session and ask me a question about police investigations and police performance. Maybe that self-delusion is hard to sustain in the wake of tens of police investigations, of more news this week of missing accounts frustrating the SNP's auditors from being able to complete their task, and also of news of exactly how much Scottish taxpayers' money has been spent by the SNP on just one of their foreign jollies. For COP27, they blew nearly £150,000, and not content with their, staying in Sharm el-Sheikh and flying back to Scotland, they also managed to do an overnight in Milan. No wonder so many of the honourable gentleman's colleagues are heading off. Quitting because the going is too tough in opposition is really quite something.